Hi everyone, welcome to the first episode of Cooking from the Heart. Today we're going to be making a gluten-free vegan New York style baked cheesecake. So I've got all the ingredients here weighed out already. So the first thing that we need to do, which will be the night before you actually start making the cheesecake, is to weigh out 250 grams of raw cashews and soak them overnight. So that has been done already. Drain off the excess water, give them a rinse, and then sit them aside ready to go on the day that you're going to make your cheesecake. But first we're going to make the base for the cheesecake. I'm going to be making it in, well, it's about a 24 centimeter cake tin, spring tin, with removable bottom. So I'll start by lining this. So just with, I'll use a little bit of coconut oil, some paper towel, just giving it a light coat so the baking paper will stick to it. And then baking paper. Measure out a square that fits over the tin, folding it in half, crisp, folding it in half again, and just that point where you've made that second fold, just keep your attention there and keep folding the parchment paper, the baking paper, keeping that as the point until you get it down to something like that. And then just measuring about halfway, close to halfway as you can get. Sharp knife, get that measurement and cut that out. Create a nice circle to line the bottom of the tin, so the crumble mix won't stick. Also going to go around the edges too. Shorter paper, I might need 3. Using a little bit more oil just so that really sticks. all the surfaces on the inside of the tin are nicely coated. So once you have that all coated with baking paper, just pop that aside. And now we're going to make the crust. So in a food processor, we have some raw almonds. I've got 150 grams of raw almonds. They can go straight in. 80 grams of gluten-free oats. Standard oats aren't gluten-free, but America has seemed to have been able to grow them with a really super low amount of gluten, so they can count them gluten-free. So if you can find gluten-free oats to keep it gluten-free, use those. Uh, 80 grams of pumpkin seeds. There's 75 grams of coconut sugar and 50 grams of white chia seeds. So all those dry ingredients can go into your food processor. Along with a pinch of Celtic sea salt. And there's just, what have we got? 60 mils of melted coconut oil to go for the base, but we'll put that in, we'll add that at the end once we've got the dry mixture into a nice crumbly consistency. Pour that into a bowl, and as you can see, it's kind of like a breadcrumb consistency. And then adding your coconut oil. So just looking for it to be bound. Give it a bit of a mix with a spatula or a wooden spoon. So we're wanting it to clump together, and it's not quite there yet, so I'm going to add a little bit more coconut oil. So I've just doubled that. That's another 60 grams, bringing it up to, bringing it up to 120 mils of coconut oil. It's getting a little bit wetter, nicer. They should clump together quite nicely. now. Yeah, see how it's sort of holding shape when you clump it together. So we're pouring that into your base. Just got something with a nice flat surface that I'm going to push that down to create a nice flat firm base. So it's nice and even all the way around also. See, that's nice and pressed down, nice and firm. So I've got the oven preheated to 175 degrees, and I'll cook that now for about 15 minutes. Okay. So the base is almost done. I ended up adjusting the temperature. I put it up to 200 and it's been 20 minutes now. And it's just starting to brown a little bit. You probably won't be able to see from there, but yeah, it's just starting to brown a little bit. I'll just set that aside for now. And next we're going to do the filling for the cheesecake. So the 250 grams of cashew nuts, raw cashew nuts that were soaked overnight. Go into the blender. You have 400 mils of coconut cream. It's 500 grams of it's a slightly firm tofu. Any excess water I'm going to discard. It's you'll notice some liquid in there. You can just tip that out. 2 tablespoons of arrowroot or cornstarch. I've gone with the arrowroot. There's a good couple of teaspoons of vanilla essence. This is rice malt syrup, 325 mils of rice malt syrup. You can use maple, or you could go non-vegan and use like a good, nice local honey if you wanted, or agave nectar. Thirty mils of coconut oil. In here there's 2 teaspoons of lemon zest and about 60 mils of lemon juice. And another pinch of good Celtic sea salt. And then we're just going to blend this up really well into a nice smooth puree. Just excuse me for a sec, I'll chuck this on. I'm just going to scrape this side just to make sure that it's all come off the edges and it's combined nicely. Just going to give it another minute or so. Okay, I've also turned the oven down to 160 degrees. So making sure this is, the parchment paper here is right close to the edge and push down. I'm just going to fill cake tin with the cheesecake mixture. Now that's about a centimetre underneath the top there, which is nice and full. Scraping out any excess in the blender. Now that'll go in the oven for an hour. Probably need a little bit longer too, I think. So I'll bring it out after an hour and show you where it's at. We'll go from there. All right, the smells from the oven are smelling pretty delicious. So it's gone for an extra 15 minutes. It's an hour and 15 at 160. Nice bit of colour on top, nice and golden. It's a little jiggly still. Let's see if I can pick this up and give you a good look at the camera. See the golden colour on top. It's got that nice baked cheesecake look, and there's a little jiggly there, a little wobbly still. So at this point I'm going to I'm just going to let it cool down, maybe 15 minutes or so. I'll put it on a wire rack. Just to get a bit of circulation underneath. 15 minutes or so on that to cool down, and then I'm going to put it in the fridge overnight to let set. Yeah, you definitely want it to cool down first before putting it in the fridge, just so you don't cause condensation, and the condensation will mark the outside of the cake, and it won't look as good, the appearance will be altered. So just, yeah, patience now. It's waiting until tomorrow to try it, cut into it. Or if you don't want to leave it overnight, at least 5-6 hours in the fridge to fully set. And enjoy. Don't forget to enjoy while you're cooking, and enjoy eating. Morning everyone, welcome back. The cheesecake has been in the fridge overnight. They'll be nicely set now, so I'll bring it out. Just looking lovely. Peeling the baking paper away from the sides. Baking paper from the bottom, off. So the base is nice and firm. So it looks like your traditional New York style baked cheesecake. I like to wet the knife with some warm water, cutting into cakes and so on, just to help the knife slide through and not stick. And then in between each slice, washing the knife again. Just find your center, no pun intended. It's nice and soft on the filling. And crunchy on the base. So there you can see the texture and the thickness of the pastry, the crumble base, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Just in addition to the cheesecake, goes lovely with some whipped coconut cream or some soya or any type of vegan ice cream. Sauces, like a raspberry coulis is you go to kind of, I guess, with the cheesecake, baked cheesecake, but any of the berries, you could go raspberry, blackberry, blueberry, mixed berry, or a berry compote, or you could even do a caramel or an orange glaze to go with it. And the cheesecake also freezes down really well for up to about 3 months. I think that's about it. So cut yourself a slice and enjoy it.